This is your Solana Daily Debrief. It's the 15th of May, and we've got plenty of news, so make sure you stay to the end. We've got airdrops, new airdrop strategies, an airdrop that I'm currently doing that I'm very, very excited for and very bullish on. It's also very easy. We have general Solana news, Memecoin news, and a whole lot more, so let's dive in. Bitcoin, relatively stable. Solana, relatively stable. ETH, slightly down. Same pump, isn't worried. Remember, this is very much a choppy market. It's a sideways market, so I'm not worried either. I'm just trying to get into many dApps as possible and just find value where I can. It's all about using dApps right now. This is a stage of the market where you want to familiarize yourself. By the way, I've mentioned this many times before. It'll be linked below as well. But if you are not using a burner wallet, in other words, if you only have like 1 or 2 wallets and you go to a new dApp and you use your main wallet, please don't do that. Make sure you're using a burner wallet. Go and watch my video on how to set up multiple different wallets for wallet management. Links below. Here is the 2024 crypto sector performance. And this is very important because narratives change, and whatever my thesis may have been, it needs to upgrade, it needs to update as soon as there's new data, because a smart person can always change their mind when they've got new data. So if we pivot, then it's just because we pivot because we have new data. So overall, if you look up here, BTC, ETH, and Sol all up, doing very, very well since the beginning of January, with Sol and BTC doing a lot better than ETH. Then in general, the layer ones, the sector average is 27%, with a lot of them actually being down considerably, like Injective, Atom, Aptos, AVAX. Ton is doing very well. This is to do with Telegram and stuff like that. Haven't really played much on it at all. And then other blockchains, Blessia, Dim, like they're all down considerably. When it comes to meme coins, you can see why I want to cover meme coins more, because I think there's profitability there. It's just a lot more work. It's like, I think you could make a lot of money if you did meme coins 12 hours a day, very strictly, took profits, had a moonbag, had a very exact system. I'll create a video on that, but I need to do a little bit more research because I don't want to have to revise that way of thinking. But basically, these have done very well. Of course, there's a lot that have not done well. And if you take out Whiff there and Pepe, then they haven't done too well. Well, they've still done very, very well, actually. But these are on multiple blockchains as well. These are definitely outperforming the market. And I think this is going to be the narrative. There's going to be, things that pop off. A gaming project, Deepen's going to be really good. Real world assets. There'll be a few other things. Some DeFi products will do really well. But overall, meme coins will basically outperform everything else. The issue is, on Solana, there's 4,000 tokens a day. 4,000 new random Pepes and AMCs and all sorts, GMEs, that get printed, they get minted, and most of them just go to zero. Then we have a quick look at this. ETH is horrendous. Like, excluding Pendle and Maker, everything else is down. That's insane. Synthetics, Curve, these are things that I held a lot higher than this from the previous cycle, and I just don't think they're going to do well. Sol DeFi, doing well. Cosmos, I thought Cosmos was going to do really, really well. It is not doing well at all. And AI and Deepen, not terribly well. This is HNT, so Helium and Honey, so any token that just prints these tokens for using their product, such as HiveMapper and Helium, then I think, there will be some sell pressure, of course, because the tokenomics are not perfect. Having said that, HiveMapper and Helium, if you could actually grab one of the infrastructure devices, it would probably be a good thing to do. But overall, we can see AI is doing well and Deepen is still doing well. Now some Solana specific news. For the first time ever, on May 12th, Solana generated more total economic value than Ethereum in a single day. This is crazy because this is the first time ever. Now, back in these days, I remember people like Bankless would say, look how valuable Ethereum is because it generates this amount of income relative to the market cap. That's a terrible metric. If you are getting more and more users and there are more and more fees, and as there's more and more fees, it's still an affordable blockchain, fine, that's a brilliant metric. But this only happens because people are paying hundreds of dollars per transaction. And I've seen gas be over $1,000 per transaction on Ethereum. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway, congratulations to Solana. But in general, this is a metric I don't really care about. It's more important than something like active addresses or TVL, because those things can kind of be inflated a little bit. This is definitely a better metric, but overall, I just want to see unique daily users of dApps. Now, Curb with a little bit of the hopium, some hopium that I definitely agree with. I think Solana is undervalued, and I do not think that, just so we're clear, some people have put in the comments, I do not think that Solana will flip the market cap of Ethereum, at least not this cycle. With new data in the future, maybe, But even still, I'm not sure, and it doesn't have to. I think it'll hit the 3rd place for sure. So it'll be BTC, ETH, and Sol. And if we go with Ethereum now, so Sol with a market cap of ETH now, then we're looking at $772 per Solana token. By the time this actually happens, there'll be more Solana on market, so maybe it comes down a little bit, but we can see the market caps here. And remember, the Ethereum market cap will likely go to $1 trillion or more. $10,000 per one Ethereum token is highly likely. It won't stay there for very long, in my opinion, but that is certainly a potential thing that Ethereum can get to. The thing is, that's only a 3.3x, whereas this is a 5.43x, and I do think it'll go a little bit higher. This is not financial advice. But just keep in mind that when ETH gets to 1 trillion, maybe Sol gets to 400 billion. So it's not going to be a flipping of the market cap. And I don't think I've ever said that, but people have said that I have, but I don't think I have. Now, a little bit of Memecoin news. So GameStop peaked January 28th. I mentioned this, that January 28th, 2021. And I mentioned this yesterday. And now it's crazy because all these stocks are just being made as tokens on the blockchain, and they're just going crazy, going absolutely crazy. So we can see just 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I think a lot of people are going to print, and then a lot of people are going to get wrecked. This is not financial advice, definitely not, but you want to plan. If your token goes like this, you're probably going to think to yourself, I should have sold it here, and it starts to come down. I should have sold it. The thing is, it's better that you just take a profit here and here and here and here, and you still have a moon bag. Maybe your moon bag is 20% of your holdings. Maybe at this stage you still have 40%. You've reclaimed what you put in, and now you have 40%. And if it goes up here, you sell a little bit more. And then if it goes to an insanely high amount of money, then you sell a little bit more. And you can just set them as limit orders in Dupe. Pretty sure we all know how to do this, but if not, I'll make a dedicated video just to make it nice and simple. And remember, I'm not trying to do this for any hopium. I'm just trying to illustrate that this is a time of market when it looks like everything's all over. And for those that are new, and even those that are experienced, we might get a little bit scared. We can go down lower, of course, but overall, the narrative is going to push us up. And that's just a thing. Now, an update from the Bonk guy. Massive Bonk sell pressure ends on May 24th, and on-chain volume is ripping on Solana. BonkBot drives most of this. I will get a tutorial showing you how to use BonkBot and also Fluxbeam bot. I'll try and do that within 7 days. And meme stocks are setting up the stage for a Memecoin frenzy. So if you don't like the Memecoin news, just skip over this, just fast forward it, use the links below, as in use the actual timestamps. But they are something that they're definitely going to fly. They're already flying, they're going to fly even further. With Bonk, I'm continuing to actually just keep my Bonk and staking it, staking it at bonkrewards.com. But I do like to keep 20 million Bonk in various wallets because they have been getting airdrops in the past and will likely continue for the next few months. There will be a stage when the actual cost to send a new token to a wallet, because you have to pay a little bit of Sol, that will be too expensive, and then it will stop, and then they may have like a claim mechanism. But I'm getting ahead of ourselves. Basically, right now I have 20 million Bonk in probably around 10 wallets, and then the rest is just staked. Later today, the planetary call, 3:30 p.m. UTC. Be there if you can be. We have quite a few people here. So we've got 3 different LFG candidates: dBridge, Exchange Art, and DiviBet. This is going to be done in a different system. I'll cover that in a second. But basically, there's only going to be one winner, and the other 2, all they can really do, to be perfectly honest, is they can just try and get more and more people to actually use their platform, because they will not get the spot and only one will launch. Highly likely, you're going to know which one is going to win based on just what you've heard me talk about the most on the channel. But I encourage you to vote for which one you want to vote. Remember, you get the same amount of active staking rewards. It doesn't matter if you vote for dBridge, Exchange Art, or DiviBet. I'll cover that now. Also, this is going to be a blind vote, meaning when you actually go and vote, you won't be able to see who has the most number of votes. There'll be some people that are really smart that can look on chain probably, and they'll see it like that. But for most users, they won't be able to actually see that. So now you can truly just go and vote for who you want. It will show you as voted or not voted, so you know, and then you won't find out until the end of the 72 hours. So I believe voting starts early next week. I'll cover it with the exact time when it goes ahead. If you want a little bit of information on the LFG Launchpad, go here, but we'll create some videos for the Dupe YouTube, and then I'll link them once they're done, and you can just watch them instead. Tomorrow, Drift goes live, 12 p.m. UTC, and I think it's going to do really, really well, actually. A little bit better than what I was expecting. I don't think it's going to go pump crazy. I did mention that we're going to set up a DLMM pool for Drift, and we'll do that towards the end of the video, or at least I'll show you what we could do. One thing to note is if you go and claim your drift, at this time here, you can lock in profits at whatever price it is on the exchange. However, if you wait 6 hours, you get double the amount. So if you think it's going to go down, I've got tutorials on how to use Whales Market. You can go and use Whales Market, and you can go and sell it now, and then you can claim it after 6 hours, and then you can go and give the tokens to the person. You are welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can go and use Backpack Exchange. And even cooler, Coinbase is listing this. So Coinbase listed JTO early on, and Coinbase is basically, although Bybit and Binance are also massive, Coinbase is like the OG kind of biggest exchange in terms of credibility. So if you get a Coinbase listing, you're doing really well. Now this is time sensitive. Get the Z airdrop right now for Zeta Markets. I've done a tutorial, which community to join, the do's and the don'ts. And this is a very short, relatively short video here. We can see this here. We go through everything here, and basically this is plus EV to everybody. Even if you're doing like $10, $20, it's still plus EV, meaning I believe you'll get more tokens out of it than what you actually spent. So if you spent $5 on fees, you'll probably get like $10 worth of tokens or more. And potentially, if you go and put in a decent amount of volume, maybe a couple of $1,000s, maybe spend like $50 on fees, then maybe you're going to get $200 worth of tokens. I don't know for sure, I haven't worked it out, but we've got 7 days or less than 7 days to do this. So go and watch this video and actually legitimately do it today. By the way, Zeta Markets has a $5 million strategic round, pushing their funding, their VC funding up to $13.5 million. Also, I didn't even know that they're doing this, but the funding will fuel the development of the first DeFi L2 on Solana, advancing our mission to craft the ultimate one-stop trading platform. So we'll talk about L2s on Solana in the future. Ideally, we don't want a whole lot of L2s because that's basically the problem with Ethereum, but they are needed to some extent. I feel if the L2 is quite simple to interact with, and if the main transactions communicate with the layer 1, then I think this will be fine. There will be a few protocols that we'll use in L2, but we'll cover that when we're kind of up to that stage. In the video, you'll learn, but if you're not going to watch it anytime soon, you should. You'll learn that the top 3 communities will get a boost. So these are the biggest communities. You can see by active members. So Dupe, Pith, and dBridge. But Asset Dash was doing a really good run for their money, but now they've just been taken over. If you're part of any of these communities, I have it as confirmation of screenshots that you can actually have more than one wallet. So if you've got like a Tensorian in one wallet, if you're part of Super Team, that's linked with another wallet, and if you have Dupe in another wallet, you could go and use 3 different wallets as per the screenshots in my video. Now a little bit of speculation on potential airdrops to go and farm. Now, in my opinion, I've mentioned this many times, it's not about going and just farming airdrops. It's about using a dApp that you like that doesn't have a token as well. You need to make sure that you're happy with the level of safety. So here are 7 right here: Armada, Flash Trade, Archeum, Mayan Finance, Phoenix Trade, StableOrg, and Use Lulo. I'm not going to go over them today, but it'll be linked below, and we'll cover them just step by step throughout the next few weeks. Today, 5:30 p.m. UTC, I'll be hosting the second call. The first call got 50,000 live streams, so it did really, really well. So join this one as well. Also, there's a chance for you to win a DPioneers cat. There'll be one NFT given away. And I've mentioned DPioneer cats before. I've got like a video of it myself, but if you want to watch what they were talking about, you can go and watch this little video on YouTube. Basically, it's a crypto first. As far as I'm aware, it's the first time in crypto where you've got an NFT backed by multiple tokens. So different DPIN tokens will be a part of that NFT, and that NFT will basically have value depending on the floor price of the DPIN assets. And as you saw from one of the earlier tweets, DPIN as a category is doing well. We got some news from Robinhood. They've launched Solana Staking in the EU, offering roughly 5% APY at launch. Congratulations to them. However, that's a terrible APY. Instead, just go and stake your Sol at Validator.com. At Validator.com, you'll be earning a lot more. And remember, if you've got a decent amount of Sol, use the ledger. And if you ever need any help, reach out to us in the Discord and we can always help you out. We also have a play to earn game on Solana. Haven't played it, not going to have time to play it, but one of my researchers is going to give it a go and he'll let me know what it's like. But if you want to play a game, if you're into these sort of games, then you can go give it a go. Personally, I really want gaming to do well, but I don't think it's going to really happen until there's a game that's just easy at onboarding, lots of fun, like it really triggers the dopamine. You really want to really play it. And until that happens, I'm just not too excited. There are going to be exceptions to the rule, like photo finish and the gambling aspect, really cool. Alpaca Dash, I do like that. I've done a podcast on it and I'll do decent tutorial, maybe in a week's time. I like that. And this one, I haven't played it, but just keep that in mind. If they have like an expensive NFT or anything like that, I would just stay away. These things go up in value and then they go crashing down. Like the Heist, really cool game. Just, you know, the NFTs went to like 20 Sol and they're now under 1 Sol. It's just, things aren't sustainable unless someone's got a lot of experience in building actual addictive games. Now, finally, we'll have a look at Bird Eye. We'll have a look at some of the meme coins that have been firing. You would have heard of GME. I do not have any of these meme coins. I'm not suggesting you do, but they're doing well. So the actual volume has decreased significantly. The market cap is 127 million. I mean, it could go higher for sure. And actually, I didn't buy any because I was thinking to myself, well, this is not going to really do well. It's up 45% since yesterday, which is crazy. Now, of course, if you got in, if you got in a while ago, you'd be doing really well. $10 into 400 or $100 into 4,000. But just keep in mind that this has actually been going on for a little bit of time, but it has passed its all-time high. So if you bought a while ago, you'd be in profit. So there's GME, there's other ones like AMC, and AMC is like a cinema group, I think. And same deal, like it was launched in February and now it's going off. We're going to see a whole lot of these tokens like Tesla, a meme coin on the chain, 1.8 million. So just be aware, like you can track them all and you can get amongst them, but sometimes you are going to be wrecked. I just want you to keep that in mind. So, I mean, this went crazy, right? From, let's say we bought it right before this craziness and we got it here. That's up 18,000%, but to these current levels, it's up 3,200%. So it's still a very good return, but who knows how this is all going to go out. Very few holders. We'll have to do a full video on researching these so we can try and minimize the risk and maximize the gains. But remember, meme coins are kind of hard. You need to put in a lot of time. Now the actionables. Watch my video on Zeta Markets. It's a time-sensitive airdrop. We've got less than 7 days. Join the Dupe planetary call at 3:30 p.m. UTC. Also, you can claim the POAP, remember. Join the Uprock call at 5:30 p.m. UTC for more pre-token generation event news. And they're covering everything, just everything to make sure people understand completely the product and, tokenomics, so that there's no doubt about this project. And what they're doing is very, very smart. And I encourage other projects to do the same thing. Remember, the PITH token unlock will be on May 20th. If you want to short it, go for it. If you want to long it, go for it. If you want to sell some, fine. I do think it will go down a little bit further. And check your drift claim at drift.foundation. I mentioned this in yesterday's video. Go and watch yesterday's video if you haven't already done so. Also, you can just use a timestamp if you just need to find the section. But basically, you need to check if you've been marked as a Sybil. If you've been marked as a Sybil, there are a lot of people that had like a 200 token allocation that now have none. And a lot of those people just used it a little bit, but it's a legitimate claim. So you have to go and fill out a form. That's all for today. Stay curious and we'll catch you tomorrow.